valuations area and actually does the valuations themselves. So he is the expert. And without further ado, I'd like to bring him on the line to talk to you a little bit about the program and how it'll help you guys in your business strategies. Will?
Great. Well, thanks, Kevin, and thanks, everyone from First American. Really appreciate everyone's time today to share with you this exciting opportunities here with our business valuation and buy-sell review services. Now, I'm going to indicate that this is a free service that you can use to approach new clients, but also to open up additional sales opportunities with your existing clients. And I'm just really excited to share with you these great opportunities. Now, I did mention this is a free service. Maybe I should be a little careful and say maybe a complimentary service to your valued clients, because sometimes when people hear the word free that they think that there's a catch, but really this is a complimentary service to your valued clients, and really look forward to sharing this with you today. Just as a little background, as the slide indicates, I'm an attorney and CPA with the Principal Financial Group. I've been with the company 18 years, and in the last 8 years have been really focusing in on the business owner market, and wanted to share with you some of the experiences that and the great sales results that we're seeing as a result of these business valuation and buy-sell review services. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and I know everyone out there can read really fast, so we've got our disclaimer out there, and so let's just go ahead and jump right into this. What I want to share with you today is these valuation and buy-sell review services, and it's part of our business owner and executive solution. So when you're working with business owners, I hope at the end of this presentation that you think of the Principal Financial Group and you think of First American, because we're here to help you as you work with these business owners before, during, and after the sale. So from the standpoint, as you're working with the owners, if it's working on a buy-sell agreement, we can help you on doing the valuation, the design of the buy-sell, the funding strategies, but we'll also hop on the phone with the client's attorneys and accountants and talk through some of the strategies, but then also think of us on the back end as well, that we have the dedicated business markets administrators, a dedicated person that you can contact, your client can contact if they have any questions down in the future, because we really do think of these as long-term relationships with your clients. And so with this business valuation and buy-sell review services, and we're going to talk about all the different great sales opportunities that we're seeing with these services, but know that it can lead into multiple discussions with your clients, whether it's if clients who are interested in the buy-sell, maybe the business is their largest asset, and it's basically their retirement plan. So we can talk about do they need to do a little bit more with their retirement planning, maybe do some diversification, or it could be with the wealth transfer from the standpoint of looking on how do we pass this business to the next generation. Or as one of the things that we've seen is just, with the last 3 years with the economy, that a lot of business owners out there, they're just really looking to protect their business and protect their income. So we can certainly look at some strategies from that standpoint as well. And we're going to talk about all these great sales opportunities. And just to kind of give you a little preview, the feedback that we're receiving, and basically based off the trends and results that we're tracking, is that when we do evaluation, that we're seeing a sale of a product between 30 and 40% of the time when we actually do one of these valuations. So it could be a life sale, it could be from the standpoint of maybe if it's a sale of an annuity, it could be an IRA rollover, it could be installation of a qualified plan, but we're seeing a product sale when the business owners will give us the financials to do evaluation. We're seeing a product sale 30 to 40% of the time. So I mean, this is just really exciting, and these sales it's not taking a long time to get these sales in the door. On average, about within 4 months, we've got some product sales. So it's a really exciting opportunity, and we're going to talk about all the different sales opportunities for you here coming up. So with this, the first part is just with the buy-sell planning in general. Now, if you have business owner clients out there, if you have a business that has 2 or more owners, they absolutely need a buy-sell agreement. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They need a buy-sell agreement, because one of the owners is going to leave the business sometime, and it may or may not be by their own choice. And without having a buy-sell agreement there, it won't be able to protect the business owners, and it won't be able to protect the families of the business owners and the business. And to give you a little background, I had a case last year where it was two brothers. They owned a dry cleaning business. They were brothers, and so they felt that, we don't need a buy-sell agreement. We're family. We're going to take care of each other, so we don't need a buy-sell. Well, unfortunately, one of the brothers passed away, and he left his half of the business to his son. And so the surviving brother, he was really interested in expanding the dry cleaning business, opening up multiple locations. But the son, he basically just wanted as big a paycheck as he could get without doing anything, and it just absolutely frustrated the surviving brother. And so he said, you know what, fine, I just want to be done with you. I'm going to buy you out. And of course, his nephew just wanted some outrageous price. And so even in the setting with the brothers, I mean, the need for the buy-sell is critical. Had they had a buy-sell agreement indicating the proper triggering events when a buyout, when giving the opportunity to do the buyout, one, it could have given the surviving brother the opportunity to buy out the interest from his deceased brother's estate. Two, it would have had locked in that price on, what is that fair price on the buyout. But three, had they funded it with life insurance, they could have used the discounted dollars to buy out that interest from the brother's estate. So with that, anytime that you're running into a business that has two or more owners, the question to ask them, do they have a buy-sell agreement, and is it funded? I mean, from the standpoint, if they don't have a buy-sell agreement, it's something that they absolutely need to put in place and fund that with insurance, and it's going to really protect not only the business, but it's going to protect and provide that liquidity for the surviving family members. And in this case, when we kind of look at some of these bullets, from the standpoint that unwanted transfer to the nephew, I mean, it may not be unwanted, but it could be just an unqualified owner who could become, when you think of the spouses and children. So from that standpoint, you really do need to protect the business. And so anytime you do have two or more owners, they need a buy-sell agreement. Now, what are some of the things that we look for in the buy-sell agreements? What are those key triggering events? Now, we've done over the last 3 years, we did over 1,500 business valuations, and we're going to talk about those here a little bit further in the presentation, but we've also reviewed over 350 buy-sell agreements in those last 3 years. And I would say that probably the vast majority of them do discuss, what happens in the event of the death of an owner. So they do talk about the death of an owner, but there's a lot of agreements out there that don't even address the death. Now, disability, I would say this is one that we see probably less than half the time that the buy-sell agreements even address disability. But even if it does address disability, it doesn't really define disability very well. And so, a lot of times we like to fund these buy-sell agreements with disability insurance, and we can just say, hey, let's point to the disability buyout policy. If the insurance carrier is going to say you're disabled and will pay on the disability buyout, then let them make that determination rather than the business owners themselves trying to pull in doctors to try to figure out if their co-owner is disabled or not. Other triggering events in the buy-sell agreements that we like to look for is the personal bankruptcy or insolvency of an owner. The last thing you want is to have a creditor attached to the business interest and try and have the company make payments. And so from that standpoint, if an owner does become insolvent, giving the company that opportunity or the other owners the opportunity to buy that interest from the insolvent owner is a way to protect the interest. Also divorce. I mean, this is one that I'd be honest, I'm seeing a lot more in more recent buy-sell agreements out there that they are starting to address, what happens in the event a spouse is awarded shares in the business pursuant to a divorce decree. I did have this last year as well, where one of the spouses, I mean, they just did not have enough other assets in the business, and so the spouse did receive the shares in the business. Now, luckily, it was kind of an amicable divorce, but I mean, I think if you think of like the LA Dodgers out there, I mean, they're having what a mess with trying to split up the assets from that perspective. So certainly, having some triggering events in the buy-sell agreement, giving the company or the other owners the opportunity to buy shares before they get transferred to a spouse is key. And also, we like to look have the spouses sign off on the buy-sell agreement and agree to those terms as well. Something that we look for. Now, termination of employment could be voluntary, could be involuntary, but giving the company and the other owners the opportunity to purchase those shares. Now, one of the things if you terminate an owner for cause, some of these agreements that I'm seeing in there now talk about, we're not going to pay you full price when we buy out. If you've kind of harmed the company or you're just voluntarily leaving the company. Kind of had one case just earlier this month where the owner they're putting together a buy-sell agreement, and then one of the owners he decided to follow his girlfriend to Canada, and so he just kind of was leaving the business and just wanted to be bought out. And so, from that standpoint, it's going to hurt the company. And so, a lot of times, what we'd like to see in those, or what I am seeing in some of these buy-sell agreements, is where if you just voluntarily leave or you terminate for cause, we're not going to pay you the full price, but maybe 70% of the price, or we're going to discount the value of the buyout because your leaving is hurting the company, and the company's going to be worth less without you here. So it is something I am seeing in some of these buy-sell agreements. And then retirement. We've got this whole baby boomer generation where a lot of baby boomers are looking to retire and get out of the business, but a lot of buy-sell agreements don't indicate, how do you get out of the business? How do you retire from the business? How much notice do you have to give prior to retirement? So these are all things that may look at in buy-sell agreements and in typical triggering events. And so as you're working with the clients, this is something when we do our buy-sell reviews that we'll look for and see if they have some of these items covered. And so with this, what are some of the common pitfalls that we are seeing with these? It includes no formal agreement. So you may have some working with the business owners and they don't have a buy-sell agreement. Well, we can certainly help from that standpoint in putting together a buy-sell proposal showing, based off the number of owners they have, the entity structure, and the ages of the owners, what might be a common buy-sell arrangement for them. So we can share with them a proposal on why they need a buy-sell agreement, how it might be structured, and then we've got some sample agreements that they can take to their attorney to make sure that they protect themselves. Other pitfalls include poorly structured agreements. So from the standpoint, the insurance may be owned, or the beneficiaries on the insurance may be structured one way, but the agreement says something else. One of the things that I see too often is that these owners, they put in a buy-sell agreement, and then they say, you know what, we're just going to personally own our own insurance, and we're going to name our own spouses the beneficiaries, and that's going to be part of our buy-sell. Well, they don't realize that you have this insurance policy that you personally own yourself. The insured owns themselves. They name their spouse as beneficiary. That person passes away. The spouse gets the death proceeds, and perhaps the spouse, inherits the half of the business from the owner as well. And so now, the spouse could say, hey, I want to be bought out. And so, without that, you really want to have the company or the other owners own that insurance on our owner. That way, that they have those proceeds to buy out the business from the deceased estate. If you just name your own spouse, the others don't have that liquidity available for the actual buy-sell transaction. So something that I do see, also with some of these agreements, some of the issues you run into is just no funding. So from the standpoint, they may have a little bit of insurance or may not have any insurance in place, so they've got the buy-sell. I see that quite often with LLC agreements, where the owners, just part of establishing their business, they set up an operating agreement or a partnership agreement. It's got just some general buy-sell language in there. It's not really a true, it's buy-sell, but it's not really a true standalone buy-sell agreement, and so they've never funded it. But it does talk about what happens in the event of a death or a disability of an owner, but the owners never have gone out and actually funded their agreement. And there's a lot of buy-sell agreements out there too that are unfunded. So certainly is an issue from that perspective. And when you use insurance, it's kind of that discounted dollars. So you're buying out the interest using discounted dollars versus having to pay full price plus interest costs. So if you're going to buy out somebody with an installment note, not only do you have to pay full price, but you've got to pay the interest on that as well. Why not fund that with insurance, and you can do that discounted dollars. I had it was just this month as well, where the owner, where they had already gone through buying out an owner of the business through kind of that installment. So it was over a couple of years that it took them to buy out that other owner. And now, the owners, they said, hey, we don't want to have to pay full price again. Let's get some insurance on us, because that's just too expensive trying to buy it out the owners without insurance. And then if you think about, if you just have two owners